So, no fishing today. I'm in my front room. This, believe it or not, behind me, this mural that's going on, this is my front room. The missus wanted to put it up, and I actually think it's quite carpy. It's also Mother's Day, so I've got a 1-year-old, and I've got to pretend that she bought a card and wrote in it. She has very similar handwriting to me. You know, she's my daughter after all. But I wanted to talk to you about pre-baiting. Pre-baiting is essential, I think. Like I say, I'm not a very good angler, so getting some bait in on a regular basis on some spots that you have to keep secret. Rule number one, the golden rule, is you have to keep it a secret, because the dicks around the lake, they'll just fish it. They'll just fish on your spot. They'll let you spend the money on the bait. They'll fish it and they'll take the glory for it. So try wherever possible to keep it a secret. There's a few simple steps. Step one, keep your spot secret. Step two, find a spot. It doesn't have to be a recognised spot. Avoid putting bait on a spot that everybody knows. On a lake, people will say, there's a gravel bar there, there's a spot over there under that tree. Like the geezer in a previous video who was hiding in the bushes for 2 hours. He found a spot the fish keep coming back to. Don't put bait on that spot. Find your own spot. You can just pick somewhere in the lake. Set amount of wraps, 10 wraps, 11 wraps, 20 wraps, wherever you can cast to. Pick a spot, keep spodding bait on it. One in the margin, keep chucking bait on it. It doesn't, well, I tend to just look for a space, not a space, a spot that people don't fish. You'd use a swim that people don't go to, and then start throwing bait on. The fish ain't going there to begin with, but the fish will find the bait. And then if they ain't getting a hook stuck in their mouth, and if they ain't getting dragged out for us to get a nice little picture of a nice little fish, then they'll keep coming back. And then at some point you can stick a trap on there and get them. It will take a few weeks to do it. Start off, me and my cousin, we built, well, I say we, I didn't do anything, he did. He built a little rake from some shit he bought from B&Q, I think. It's a nice little light rake on the end of a bit of rope that we wang in, and we clean a spot. Start off with some small stuff in there first, some hemp, probably some sweet corn, and then build up to boilie over a few weeks. Basically, a small fish will clean the spot, and then the big ones come in for the big stuff afterwards. Sort of like match fishing. Start off the small fish first, and the big fish come in later. Think about it like that. And then keep it a secret. Try get there after dark. If you can pick your spot and cast it, pick a marker in there. It's like, you know, picking your spot, trying to spot out at night. Pick your spot in the horizon, you know how many wraps it is, and get it out there, because people are less likely to see you in the night. If you can't get down there in the dark, get it in the day. And if I'm going up to the lake and I'm seeing it's a busy day, I'm not pre-baiting that day. If I can get down in the week and it's not as busy, you will get seen, but by not as many people. Get it down there. And then start fishing that spot, and then start bringing them in. But don't tell people the spot. Rule number 3, or step number 3, is when you're on that lake and a new person comes along, or you start chatting to people, talk about the spots that everybody knows about. Don't talk about your spots. Keep them secret. Tell them, yeah, that spot there on the gravel bar, or that spot by the reeds, but don't tell them about your spot. Keep it a secret. Yeah, I say there's no secret. There is secrets in carp fishing, and you got to keep them secret, because there'll be dicks around there who'd rather spend your money than theirs. I don't mind. Listen, I don't mind people, you know, perhaps can't afford to buy bait or whatever, but at the same time, man hours cost money as well. Yeah. So my message to them is find your own spots. You tight. I'm not going to swear. And if you need a hand finding fish because you're struggling, just ask someone to help you with the regular spots, not the secret spots. So that's pre-baiting. And then the other thing you want to avoid doing is what I do, is casting into the bushes too far, forgetting to clip it up, having your line breaking, all that type of stuff. Casting your spod over your head and getting covered in maggots or hemp because you filled it up too much. Look at a video, if you want to learn how to pre-bait properly, look at someone else's video. You talk about one of the experts. What's an expert's name? Ali Hamidi, Tom Dove, those Corder boys, they'll teach you how to do it properly. Get that done. Yeah. But follow my steps. Don't tell anybody. Pick a random spot. Keep the bait going in. Get it done. Over and out. In this episode, I'd like to talk about the quick overnighter. A lot of us ain't got enough time to be spending 3 or 4 days at a time around the lake. Can't get the time off work, missus don't let us, got kids, you know it is. So we go for a quick overnighter. And in reality, a quick overnighter is a bit of a nightmare because you're rushing. You know, if later on in the year or earlier in the year, when it gets dark early, you only got a little way. You can't afford to be wandering around the lake for a couple of hours, or like the man in the bush, standing around for 2 hours trying to spot the fish. You need to get to know the lake. That's where my previous clip about pre-baiting comes in. Because then you can just, if you've been pre-baiting for weeks and weeks and weeks, you can just get on those spots straight away. I mean, you wouldn't bother looking for the fish. The quick overnighter in its essence, it's a quick overnighter and you only end up fishing for a few hours and going to sleep. If you're blanking, you're just basically camping for the night. So you've got to be prepared. When I'm doing a quick overnighter and I suddenly, out of the blue, just decide to go, I haven't got my rod set up. I've got, you know, you set them up and you break them down, they're already set up in your rod bag, your rod holder. That's not the case for me. So I turn up, especially if I go to a new lake or one where I haven't been pre-baiting, I've got to set my rods up, and that can be a nightmare. Forget my rod clips, to have my rod clips, what am I on about? Forget to click on my lead clips. Forget to, or drop my PVA in the water. Or just doing all sorts because I'm panicking, wrapping up, breaking the line off, getting a big fucking bird's nest in the line, setting up in the rain. It's hard, it's a nightmare. So be prepared when you go for a quick overnighter because it's a stressful experience. It genuinely is. You want to be, when you get there, you ain't got enough time. Pick your spots, pre-baiting. Going to do a quick overnighter. Hit those spots first. Make sure your spots are around the lake, not in the same swim, because if someone's in your swim, then you're fucked. You're going to get there, it's getting dark. People say, get the rods out first. First thing you should do. Now, a proper angler will get his rods out first and sort about everything else later. Well, not if it's pissing down with rain and it's getting dark in about half an hour. The bivvy goes up first. All your shit gets in the bivvy so it stays nice and dry. And then you start getting the rods out. And after time, overnight, we end up doing is just wanging it out. You think, oh, you know what? It's dark. I'm freezing cold. I'm wet. I'm just going to clip these on and just wang them out. See what happens. Hopefully feel a donk. I think 1 out of 2 rods, you probably feel a donk on it. The other ones, you feel nothing, but you think, oh, fuck it, I'll leave it there. For the morning, you got out, at least you went fishing. Those are the times when you're blank. When you just think, wang it out, I'll sod it. I'm going to wang it out, see what happens. 1 in 10, you might get one that's swimming past. But on a quick overnighter, just take a deep breath, get set up, pick a spot on the horizon, know where your spots are, and you'll be all right. Yeah. But don't panic like me. I'm a flapper. Yeah. Don't do that. You will go wrong. Take it from me.